Alrighty guys, we have today's workout Friday the 24th. I thought it was the 20th for some reason, but 24th of April. So a bit of a cool one, something that I like. I think we challenged a few outside people to get going, so don't be afraid don't be surprised if you see a couple people sharing this on Instagram. So feel free to record snippets of today's workout, pop it up on social media, and then we'll share it because I think it's a bit of a fun one. We're just getting started with a warm up, 2 minutes of skipping, alrighty? So whether you're doing singles, what I tend to do is get a nice rhythm of singles, and once I mess up, maybe go backwards, keep going. Once I mess up, we go one at a time, switching over, and then whatever's left, do a few double unders, 2 minutes. You will get the heart rate up a fair bit, so try to keep moving for that 2 minutes. Then you're gonna go into 10 meters of crab walks. Now, we've got a 5 meter long garage, so what we'll probably do is probably take it out onto the back area. So even if you wanted to, you could go 4 meters up, 4 meters back, and then 2 meters back up to accumulate your 10. Then we've got 10 meters of duck walks. Okay, so getting down nice and low. So some of you that do forget the duck walks, is coming down here, getting the hands off, staying nice and low, warming up those knees, those ankles, but also those hips. Okay, trying to keep that chest upright. If you do need to use your hands to guide your legs through it, okay, not just dancing, all right? I am teaching you a good progression for the duck walk. And then a bear crawl, we're trying to be in a nice stacked position. So we're trying to be sort of like in a push-up, sort of plank position there. Everything at right angles, nice control. Slowly moving forward and then coming back, right? So again, accumulate that 10 meters. Might be a bit of fun if you do have a shorter area, okay, to accumulate it. And then back to 2 minutes of skipping, okay, just really warm up those calves again, okay? Then going into 10 Hindu push-ups, all right? So coming down, try to take the feet out wide if you need to. Coming towards the ground, arching the back, and then pushing back into the next rep. Okay, so trying to get a good stretch through shoulders, hamstrings, keep that core tight as well. So we just got 10 of those, then 10 clams, so laying down on your side, opening up. All right, we've done those a few times. You guys should know what we're doing there. Groiners, we've done these a couple of times, but these ones are pretty much just a mountain climber without the bounce, right? So you're trying to be active through the hamstring, through that hip, and then you're switching sides, again, without the big bounce on the mountain climber. So there, being nice and active, you hold for a split second, then nice, explosive pop into the other side. So you're trying to get good speed activation through the hamstrings, okay? And also through the hips. It's a good one. As you get warmer, you won't need to pop as much. Try it, you see what I mean by the pop. Alrighty, today's skill, so from the gymnastic class on Saturdays, this is part of our program we've been working on. So we've got a seated single leg pike up. Okay, so what we're doing is, what you can see me on the ground, you should be able to, is you're gonna come, move that over. Cool, yep, just leaning over as much as you can, then lifting. One leg, alrighty, 10 per leg there. So try and get up as high as you can, tight through the core, try to engage the lats as well, okay? Then we've got 15, we've got 15 to 20 reps of arch up. So start with 15, you do have 3 sets total. See how that feels. So essentially we're looking for a arch position, evenly lifting through the legs and your shoulders. So you don't want to be overlifting through the legs or overlifting through the shoulders. So you should be looking at a nice, good, sorry you can't see, but there's a couple of dead balls here. You should be able to keep your arms right beside your ears, lifting up as high as you can, all right? So trying to make sure the legs and arms lift same time. Again, making sure it's even and you're not lifting the legs up higher or arms up higher. Trying to make sure as well that we're not doing these ones, moving our hands further than our head. We're trying to only move the arms where our head is, so arms beside our ears the whole time, okay? So we've got 3 rounds of that. Give yourself 45 seconds and 90 seconds in between the movements, and again, it's 3 sets total, cool? Then the rehab, prehab, not a bad one, good one to reset your body. Feel free if you don't have time or you struggle strap for time, maybe even try this at the end. It says 3 rounds, but again, if you're doing this at the end, maybe go for 2. It's a good way to reset. So we're going for 5 sumo inchworms. So take the feet out wide, coming out, trying to get the hands in front of you, and then gripping yourself in, getting good stretch in the hamstrings, hips, but also activating the core. Okay, then we've got 10 push-up shoulder taps. So just because it says push-up doesn't mean you're actually doing a push-up. Some of you may get this wrong. It's just holding in that position, but you're taking the feet out a little bit wider, so not close together, and you're trying to get a good hold. So you should have a 1, 2, 3 count as you touch that shoulder. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so you're trying to get a good shift, feeling it activate, not rush it. 10 total. Okay, so again, you've got 10 alternating Cossacks. So again, if you think about pointing your feet out, taking a deal side to side, so you can see me, taking your feet out, coming out to the side, getting a good movement through the hip, but also keep that chest upright as much as you can, heel down, get that toe up, rotate on that heel, okay, then go back to the other side. So 10 total, about 5 per side, feeling the glutes, stretching through the hips, and then the last one is a shoulder pass through. So just with the broomstick, or if you want to make it really hard, the broom, okay, makes it heaps harder. So take it nice and wide as you come through, come all the way through, or not enough length on this broom, I need a longer broom, all right? Come through, oh, all right. So I definitely need to do this as well, but you got 10 of those. So forward, back is 1 rep. As I said, if you have time, do 3, but if you can, just do the 2, especially if you're doing it at the end. All right, so we do get some lifting, guys. So lifting, pretty straightforward. The first lot is 1 set of clean, 3 reps, 75%, 4 sets of 2 reps, 80%. Now with these, if these are good reps, touch and go. If you do, send us a video and we can go through the form. But again, couple of things to make sure that if you do send the video, shoulders over the bar, all right, getting a good straight line, so your hips, knees, ankles are extended, so everything's in a straight line, and your arms are straight, right? So if you're up and your arms are bending, okay, you've already started to pull. You need to be up in this position, then the arms bend as you get underneath, okay? So have a look at those things before you send it to us. At least that way we can help you, but also some of you have been doing, you can self-diagnose your lifts as well, which, as I said, some of you have been sending us videos like nearly every lifting session, which has been great. A couple of you have said straight away, oh, arm pulled here, a little bit, this here. You guys are already starting to pick it up, okay? Which is great, right? And you can see the form is actually getting better, all right? So good job. So as I said, if you guys haven't been sending it to us, send it to us, either Dee or myself, and we can go through it with you. But again, a couple of things before you send it. Make sure your shoulders over the bar, getting full extension, okay? And getting down nice and low in that squat. They are squat cleans, all right? Behind the neck jerk, again, trying to get comfortable in that position. So clean it up, pop it into the back, and we're going for a nice solid split. There's no hold in these ones. So try to make sure there's a nice strong leg drive, and a couple of things, try to make sure that the elbows are underneath or in front. Try to make sure they're not behind you, okay? Otherwise, you smack yourself in the head, all right? So most of you do know that. Snatch, pull, again, make sure your shoulders are over the bar at all times, and that's just a straight arm show, okay? So you should not at any point be back here, all right? You should be over coming up into your toes, all right? Putting the shins back, all those things we spoke about. If you need a reference to other video we did earlier in the page, go for it, okay? If you got time as well, back squat, 5 sets of 2 reps. Now, if you can get up to 70%, go for it. Ideally, just work, so I'm trying to work that back squat again, work that position. So again, if you don't have enough weight, add a little bit of reps to it. I wouldn't go much more than 5 sets. If you need to, even add a pause to the bottom of a couple of them, or all of them, depends again what weight. If you need help with that, send us a quick message again, and we can help determine what weight's good for you. All right. Quickly, again, a couple people asked me, it's a lot of volume in terms of lifting. This is a full Ollie day, so it is a full barbell session. So if you're adding, say the skill, you're adding the barbell, it's going to take a fair bit of time. Again, so if you want to try to get the lifting or the workout in, or one of the workouts in, I would pick, say, the hamstring dominant snatch pull or the quad dominant back squat. So whatever you sort of want to work. If your quads are feeling it, go with the other ones, all right? If your hamstring's feeling it, go with the other one. But I would definitely pick one or the other, unless you've got the time to really load it up, do both, all right? Again, if you are going into these workouts, you may be pretty fatigued, and maybe a chance to go a little bit lighter if you need to. But again, some of you have only a certain amount of weight or options with your kettlebell or dumbbell. All right, so we've got 20 hang dumbbell snatches, so it is from the hang. All right, so no matter what weight you've got, you're picking it up off the ground, standing up, coming anywhere between the hip and the knee. Any lower, all right, we don't want to be, both heads of the dumbbell don't want to be lower than your knees, okay? So it should be up here. Getting a good pop through the hips, all right? So ideally, facing there, pop, stand it up, okay? If you need to muscle it, bang, all right? Use from the hang. So at least that way it's 20, so make sure it is 10 per side. Again, if you're using a kettlebell, all right, you're going to make sure that you're getting a good hip pop with the arm pull, and you're turning it over, okay? Again, make sure your hands on the inside, and then make sure as you come up, you open up the hands at the top, okay? Allow it to spin. Then, once you've done 20 there, so you should have done 10 per side, you're then gonna go put your kettlebell dumbbell down, do a burpee, come down onto the ground, and then laterally jump. That's one. You're gonna do 20 of those, okay? Then back to the hang snatch for another 10, 5 per side, and then go to another 10 of the burpees over the dumbbell or kettlebell. Rest 5 minutes, all right? And then we're gonna break that same total reps up into 3 rounds, all right? So hopefully you'll get into a nice rhythm with these. It's 10 of the dumbbell kettlebell snatches, again from the hang, and then 10 of the burpees. Again, 3 rounds. So you've got to get a time for both, right? That's the equipment version. So if you don't have equipment, it's a good one. Definitely recommend it, or you can screenshot this for a time that you're at the park, or he said, if you do want to jump down to the park, there's a lot of parks open today, it's Friday night. Just make sure you keep up your social distancing. We've got 800 meter run, 50 air squats, 400 meter run, 40 air squats. Rest 5 minutes, and then you got 3 rounds of 400 meter run, 30 air squats. Again, accumulating the same volume, except over 2 rounds or a full time movement, we've got 3 rounds, okay? So again, let us know if you have any questions. Really huge apology guys for this being late. A couple of things going on, which we will post up a little bit later on today, just to let you guys know, not for sympathy, but just to let you guys know what's been going on, because we do owe it to you guys, because you guys have been pretty good in terms of keeping your support towards us. All right, okay? Again, communicate up with us, and again, bit of a trivial thing I want you guys to think about is when I do these workouts or film these workouts, I want you to think about my shoes. Are they new, or if they're not? All right, so if you say yes or no, comment below. All right, love you guys. See you soon.